thinking back, there was this one time where I was talking to this young lady, and she lived like probably right down the street from me, and we were talking, we were going back and forth, we were talking, and she was like, "Hey, I want to meet you." And she was so excited. She was like, "Man, I want to meet you at this game. There's gonna be this big game at the high school." And I was like, "Man, yeah, let's go." Like I was all down for it. And sure enough, I said, "You know what? I promise you, I'm gonna be at this game. Like no matter what, like me personally, I'm real serious about promises. So if I make a promise, it's like no matter what, I'm gonna try to be there with everything that I got." And when I told her that, I was all excited, I was all bubbly, and I was just like, "Oh man, I'm about to go see this girl. Oh my God, man, she's so fine. I've been waiting to see this girl," right? And I went home, and I was talking to one of my homeboys at the time, and he was pretty much like a brother to me, and he was just like, "Man, let's smoke." And I was just like, "Yeah, let's get it." At the time, like I was always like smoking here and there, and I was like just really, living that life back then. People look at me now and be like, "Oh yeah, he definitely never smoked a day in his life." And we went to this like abandoned building or whatever, and bro, he pulled out the weed, and he pulled out the blunt, and we just started smoking, and it was like a normal thing. I went back home. My mom was there, and it was like my mom couldn't really tell that I was smoking or anything. And I would just smile. Everything was funny. Everything was hee ha ha ha. And I remember just talking to my grandmother. My grandma, she's on the phone. She's like, "Baby, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, grandma." You know what I'm saying? And I hung up the phone. And my mom, I remember it like it was yesterday. Like she gave us these like noodles, these like macaroni noodles. It was like, but they were white. I don't know what's the name of that dish, but these like white macaroni noodles. And we was eating it. Me and Chris, we were tearing it up. I'm talking, we busting it down. And me and Chris got on the game, and we on the game. And next thing you know, I just felt something that was just off. And I was just like, "Hey man, I gotta lay down." And I laid down, got up, still felt weird, laid back down, got back up. Next thing you know, I'm like, "Man, Chris," and I threw up everywhere. I'm talking about, this was probably one of the most sickening feelings I ever had in my life. At this point, like I was like, "Oh my goodness!" My knees was weak. I was trembling. It was like, I could barely move. I was in control of nothing. And sure enough, I was just like at the toilet. I'm just like, "Lord, please." I'm talking about, "Lord, please." Like out of all this wrong I've been doing, out of all the smoking, out of all this, like, "Lord, please have mercy on me." And I laid down. My mom, she's like tucking me in, giving me the soup, the crackers, the popsicles and stuff like that. And my mom still had no clue in what was going on. And the girl texted me, and she was just like, "Are you gonna be able to make it to the game tomorrow? You promised, remember?" So I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So I go to God, and I said, "Lord, if you take this away from me, I'll never smoke again." And I was looking at the decision, that promise I was making to God at this point. I was looking at this decision because I was just like, I really felt like he was going to destroy me, like through this sickness. And I was just like, "Lord, if you just heal me, I promise you I'll never smoke again. All I want to do is fulfill this promise." Went to sleep, woke back up, and it was gone. Like all the sickness that I was feeling, like it was like gone. And I was able to make it to this game. And I realized that me smoking almost destroyed me. And if I didn't destroy that thing that my soul was tied to, I probably wouldn't be here today. Welcome to Yololo's Poetry, everybody.
That was deep. That was deep.
Yeah.
Man, that was deep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So tired of smoking. Woo!
Yeah.
You never would have thought.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Absolutely, yeah. That was like, That was the first time where I prayed on something and God immediately answered like that. And I was just like, wow, me giving that thing that my soul was tied to, probably the best decision of my life.
Wow.
Yeah, haven't smoked since.
That's amazing.
Since, yeah.
That's a great, you know what, when you was talking about it, you know what my mind thought?
What?
I thought about food poisoning.
Yeah.
Because there was a time when I don't know what it was. Oh, I knew what it was. It was macaroni and cheese that was in the refrigerator that my mom cooked. And I said, "Ooh, what's this?" And she said, "That's this macaroni and cheese." I didn't know how long it was in there. It looked brand new. I just saw one scoop and it was. So I ate that macaroni and cheese with some other food, and boy, that thing messed me up so bad.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Food poisoning. Oh man, food poisoning ain't no joke.
Yeah.
It had me on the ground. Like I know I was on the floor. You know, I thought it was outside on the ground, but it was on the floor.
Yeah.
My body was hurting. I was aching, and for a female to be like cramping and hurting like that.
Yeah.
I don't wish that on nobody. I wouldn't even wish that on the enemy. That thing hurt. It hurt so bad. Listen, you understand? Like I was calling out for the Lord. I said, "Lord, take this thing out of me. Take it out," because my stomach I got bloated, and my stomach got really hard. I mean hard, like a rock. Like you could, like it was hard.
No, not the rock solid.
Yeah. I was like, what in the world did I eat? I didn't even think it was in bad. I was like, I don't know what this is. But I got bloated because basically the cheese was bad. And oh my gosh. So I was in the bathroom. I was crying and everything.
Oh, man.
That thing was hurting.
No.
I was like I had like these long like not cramps, but you know how your stomach will growl? Yeah, how these like long growls. Like what in the world? Like, I'm like, oh my goodness, what is that?
No.
So I cried to the Lord. I said, get this thing out of me. And I shook my stomach because that's how hard it was. It was like, get out of me.
Yeah.
And my stomach did this devilish sound. And I was like, uh-oh. That thing said, I said, oh Lord, I done messed up now.
Shook it up too.
I done messed up now. So like I hurt real bad, and you know I had to stay in the bathroom, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. But then you know I'm delivered.
Yes.
Delivered
That's what I'm
from that,
about.
you know. But I was hurting so bad like that. I said, I don't even know what I said. I was gonna watch my food intake, not like just the certain foods, you know what I'm saying, because that wasn't the first time I had food poisoning. That was just the last time. You know what I'm saying, that was just the last time, because now I'm on this, like, that happened years ago, but now I'm really serious on what type of food I eat. You know, because anything you put in you have, you know, you just got to be careful of what you put in you.
Absolutely.
And I mean anything, just like what you're talking about, the weed or whatever.
Oh,
you have to be careful what you put in you, because your body will reflect to it. And some things that's not natural, your body will know that. Things are not that's not natural, your body reacts to it in a harsh way. But that was powerful, man.
Yeah, no lie. And I agree with you. I'm like all for that, because, you know, I really feel like we do have to really take care of our bodies. And, you know, like, you don't know what's in some of the stuff you eating, some of the stuff people be smoking, and, you know, it can cause a lot of damage. And I feel like, man, God really just broke me down and was just like, all right, you living this type of life now. It's time to start paying attention to me. So it's just like, which one is it going to be? You see what I'm saying? Because like that, I can take you out of here.
Exactly.
Like, it don't take me. It can be like that.
Exactly. So, people don't know that.
Yeah. So it was just like, what you gonna do?
Wow.
And I was just like, wow.
That's harsh. Like, okay, but so our topic is soul ties.
Let's get to it.
Soul ties. So as you already know, that soul ties can be anything. We know that soul ties can be part of like relationships, especially when it comes to relations. Of sexual relations or whatever, and there's soul ties to that. There's negative effects to that, but there's also soul ties in food, soul ties and, you know, like social drinking, you know, or, you know, just gathering, smoking, and little things like that. Anything that's not natural to the body and you have a hold to it and you feel as if you can't let it go, because you just do it just because. Is a soul tie to it, and it has majority, it has a very negative effect to your mind, your body, and your soul. So this is what we're gonna be talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I
it's
like this now. I like this.
Let me tell you, I had a rough week.
Yeah.
But with a rough week, I was looking at certain people, and I was looking at certain like on social media, when it comes to people who are in relationships, and who basically in relations. Relations is basically that that attachment that you can't break off, and it's mostly the sexual relations. And I see that more on in social media like crazy. And it's like they don't know how to break away from it because they don't even know what it's doing.
Absolutely.
Like I'm gonna speak about certain females, especially that I saw on certain, on social media, how they will jump to one guy to the next or whoever. And then but when females get to a point that they want to settle down and be in a relationship and start something new and fresh, they are in the back of their minds. They basically thinking about the last individual. With the individual what they are with right now, it has nothing to do with your new boo. It ain't got nothing to do with your new boo.
No.
But you still thinking about past John and Trevor and whoever you've been with your new boo. You having trust issues with your new boo because of something that happened to your past. You have to heal from your past in order to go forward to your future.
Absolutely. On that, it's crazy. I recently read an article, I say like last week sometime, where it was just talking, I don't know the science behind it all, but it was just talking about how, you carry, like, whenever you're having sex with a person, you carry, like, they're actually with you from then on. Like you actually like take on a piece of like their genetics and so to speak. And you actually like start looking like them and stuff. And I was just like, what?
Wow, looking like them?
It's crazy. Like, it's crazy because how like some people look at couples and be like, y'all look alike. And I was like, wow, could that be it? But I just thought that was like really interesting. How, whenever you giving yourself to somebody, it's just not for that moment.
Right.
You really are so tied up. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And oh my goodness. Oh man, don't.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, it's that deep. And what you were talking about, how you take, you basically take part of that individual DNA.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about exchanging juices.
Yeah.
Okay. Exchanging juices. Listen, don't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in a serious, I say man and husband and wife relationship, if you're not in a serious relationship with your significant other, and you guys have that agreement that there's no exchanging juices. You keep them juices to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because if basically what we're getting at is like when you dipping and dabbing in different people, you leave the male leaves his DNA inside of you, and the female leaves her DNA inside of him. And you decide to want to move on, and you thinking that, oh, I'm good, I ain't thinking about her. I'm good, you know what I'm saying? But when you trying to move on to a new individual, and you really serious about this, and then you like any intimate moment that you may have, you think about that past relationship that you just had, and you will want that person, your new person, to do what your past. Like, no, we don't know. You gotta get rid of that. X that out. You really have to heal from that. You have to take that away because it's going to cause confliction within your new relationship. You have to heal from your past relationship. How? Well, it's a lot of things you can do. First of all, what you can do is you basically have to, I will say this, if you've been in a hurtful relationship, verbal or whatever, I'm just going to go from the verbal, and both of you exchange that verbal hurt or whatever, if you cannot go to that individual and say, you know what, I want to heal from our past. If you can't, I'm just saying, if you guys still have a talking relationship, you know, you guys are cordial and you're moving forward, but at the same time, you want to heal and you want to forget that individual. Go to that individual and say, I'm sorry, I want to heal from our past relationship. I don't want to keep thinking about what we did in the past because it's basically hurting my future. I want to just let everything go as far as what any hurt, anything that I've done that was negative. I want to apologize to you from that, and and I just want to move on. And I don't want to deal with any past things that we've been through. That's one way. Speak it out.
Absolutely.
Speak it out. Another thing you can do is basically you have to take time for yourself. I would say take time for yourself. Take as much time for yourself as possible, and as far as reflecting on the things that you like and the things that you don't like. Because sometimes when you were in a relationship, you kind of cordial of, yeah, we can do that, sure, it's whatever, you know what I'm saying, it's whatever, but you don't even know that, you don't even set certain boundaries for yourself to even know what's the limit. So basically take time for yourself to get to know yourself further, and meditate, heal, and pray.
Absolutely.
And pray, you know what I'm saying? So, and also I would basically it's part of soul searching. It's part of soul searching and also releasing. You have to make sure you release yourself from all of that. I would recommend praying, meditating, and enjoying all the light and the likings of you before you even get into a healthy, serious relationship, because you have to make yourself healthy in order for that next relationship to be healthy.
And to add to that, I don't, now whenever it comes to that final conversation of trying to let go, let that be the final conversation, or don't even have it at all. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, when it's you know what, I just need to tell you one more time. I need closure. I need some closure. I just want to come to you and talk to you one last time. And then next thing you know, you back with them. You see what I'm saying?
That's not healing.
You see what I'm saying? So that, I feel like that's a real big issue. And I'm gonna be honest, I've been through it. I already know how it is. I've been through it. But the thing that's really gonna help you let go, man, there was a picture I seen. It was this hand holding a rope, and the hand was bloody red. And it was just man, you going through all this hurt. Cause you holding on. Right. And it was just soon they let the rope go, the hand was normal. See what I'm saying? So it's just you really have to focus on letting that thing go. And sometimes it may not be best to keep in communication on a cordial level. It may need to be a complete separation, no call, no text type stuff. Because again, it's a soul tie. You're going to always want to talk to that person. You're going to want to be around that person. Memories going to be floating through your head, and all this other stuff. And also, something that also just came to mind was, this isn't a double standard thing. This not just for a woman, or this not just for a woman. This for a male as well. You wouldn't, as a man, you should want to be with this person, that person, this person, that person. And of course, everybody have their freedom and do what they want to do. But I would say one thing I noticed is just through high school and even now, if a woman has been with multiple people, and you be oh dude, you mess with her, he'd be nah bro, she for everybody.
Oh wow.
And if the same thing, same thing vice versa. If a dude going around with this person, that person, this person, that person, you ask a certain girl, depending on where she at in life and her standards and stuff, you hey, would you mess with him? No, he for everybody. Why would I want something that everybody has had? I think that's common stuff too. Though. Even down to cars. Everybody don't want to use cars.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If I take a bite out of my burger and hand it to you, be bite right there, you're gonna be I'm about to tear that up.
Nah. Exchanging juices, I'm telling you. Keep your juices to yourself. Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And and that's why I really like marriage. Like, I'm not married yet, but I really feel like I'm gonna enjoy marriage because it's just like, it's just us. You see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got to worry about you with this person, that person. I was like, oh, I could have been married. Oh.
Exactly.
But I think that, and also that feeling of, that's a positive soul tie in my opinion. Marriage, that's a positive soul tie.
Yeah.
And I feel like, just having that feeling or that thought of you're for me and for me only. Oh man.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Because the man and the woman, once you have that covenant, you become one anyway. You are one. That's both of you do it at the same time, and you go through things at the same time. Because you are one. You're going through that process together. Yeah. And that's your rib. Basically, that's your other connection. That's part of your body. So when you are laying with someone that is not your husband or your wife, you are basically messing around with somebody else's husband or somebody else's wife. Yeah. That's not a part of you, and that's not that's not who God connected you with. And you got to be careful on who you have these type of relations with, these soul ties with, because sometimes you can tell a person that you can look at a person and say, I know I shouldn't, but I'm gonna do it anyway. But that first notion, I shouldn't, don't do it. just don't do it. I say that because back in college, it was so many females who were like just so in love with the wrong person. They were so in love with the wrong person, and everybody told the girl, don't mess with him. It's not going to be good. You know what I'm saying? Just leave it alone. Just look for someone else, or just leave it alone. The person she did not listen. She messed with him anyway, and she ended up pouring out to him that, oh, I love you so much. And first of all, you tell a guy that and he don't really care, you just want one thing, like, okay, I messed up on this one. But the fact of the matter is that when she poured out, because she felt as if that person was the one, and he really wasn't, and when he avoided her so many times, that's when she felt it. And that's when she was hurting. And that's when she was, hurting really bad, because she felt as if this person was the individual. So she couldn't even move forward because of the soul tie that she had. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, you really gotta be careful with that. And the healing process is gonna take some time. A lot of things takes time, but the healing, when it comes to soul tie, it's going to take some time. But I really, you guys really got to understand that the negative impact that it does to your mind, your body, and your spirit, it tears you down tremendously. You know what I'm saying? But that is okay. There's hope. You can get back up from it. You can always get back up from it. But you just got to reevaluate, rethink your mindset. And let's just go forward from there. You can just forget it, and let's go.
And you have to fix you. I think that is one of the most important parts. I personally can't stand when someone says something like, oh no, I can't, or like, you're talking to a guy or you're talking to a girl, and it comes to a trusting point, and you like, I can't really trust stuff like that because of my past. You look like you need to fix that first. Like, you need to fix that.
What your past got to do with me?
Yeah, exactly. I got trust issues. Oh, you got trust? Like, if I was like single, and if I was to talk to a girl, and I'd be like, and we had this conversation, she's like, yeah, I got trust issues. I'm like, okay, we don't need to be talking then.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh wow, it's like that. Yeah, it's like that. You need to fix you first. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like, I feel like somebody should take that as like the biggest and genuine like thing, because I'm caring about you at that point. Because I know if we continue going on, it's just gonna be more, drama on you, and like stress on you, to the point where you're gonna be even more hurt after this.
Right.
And there's nothing that I've done for you not to trust me too. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like if you're saying, hey, I got an issue with this, I got an issue with trusting people, I got an issue with, myself as far as, you going out and I'm not with you, or I got an issue with cussing you out, I got an issue with yelling. Whatever your issue is, I feel like you need to deal with that. And it may even get to the point where you have to go home, or you have to go to mom and pop and be like, mom and pop, because you did this, I got an issue with this now. Like, this is something that hurts me. You might have to go talk that out with somebody else.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, and it is based off how you've been raised.
Right.
As well, so that thing really deep. You really just have to fix you.
Exactly, and you have to set boundaries. You really have to set boundaries. Now, if you got some really deep issues that if you can't even talk to the person because of whatever the situation may be, go sit on the couch. Take your time and sit on the couch. Talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Talk to somebody. Just get some professional help. And it's all right with that. You ain't got to call it therapy. Just say, I got to sit on the couch. I ain't got time for that. Let me just sit on the couch. I need to express how I feel, because there are skillful ways and basically ways to get these things out of your system just to move on. There are healthy ways to build. You're gonna have to keep going through every step, and to build fixing you, and to build a healthy relationship within yourself. Once you heal yourself and you put every positive thing into you, keep depositing every positive thing into yourself, so that you can move on. When it comes to whoever you meet in the future. You know what I'm saying? I would say this: when the process when I was single, right? I was good. I was basically I was living you can look at me and say it was probably independent life, but I didn't, I say that, but in reality I was just good all around. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to ask for too much. I didn't have to I had my joy. I mean, I still got my joy. I still got my joy. Lord, I still got it, Jesus. I got my joy, right? But I was still joyful at the time, and even more joyful now. But just going forward, and the fact of the matter is I took time within myself. I took time. I would go to certain places by myself and not care. I'll go to the movies. I'll go to the mall. I'll do window shopping. And I'll talk to certain people who say, hey, how you doing?
Spending money.
No, I wasn't spending that much money. I was not spending that much money.
Spending money.
No, I wasn't spending that much money. I said window shopping. So I was just enjoying life, and I know the fact that I was already kept, because I know who my God is, and so I was good going forward. But I had a healthy relationship within myself. So the person who came along was like, you look like you seen somebody, but are you seeing? No, I wasn't, because I already looked like I was kept.
Oh my goodness.
I already looked like I was kept. So the fact of the matter is, I was healthy, I'm still healthy, but really healthy in that environment, because I was good, because I already I already knew what I wanted, as far as if I were to get into a relationship. I didn't even call it a relationship. And once I get married, that was my mindset. I was never thinking about boyfriend, girlfriend type of thing, because I don't like boyfriend and girlfriend, because a boy is a friend, and I don't want no boy. I wanted a man. So, so the fact of the matter was, once I get married, I knew what type of man I wanted. You know what I'm saying? So and when it came to that man, that ideal man. All right, we're back.
Back, and we better than ever. Yeah.
telling you, we talk about soul ties here.
Yeah.
But what I was getting at is when I already knew that you know, I looked like I was kept, but my mindset was to basically find a husband, or just that, having that ideal husband that's going to come my way anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't looking. You got to change your mindset of when it comes to my boyfriend this and my boyfriend that. Well, I want a boyfriend. No.
Yeah.
No, baby. That's if you still thinking about boyfriend stages, then you got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Because at this point you need to understand that when you know, as maturity goes along, you are a woman and you looking for a man.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think one of the biggest things that I had to realize was I'm a husband. You know, and then like, you know, like you find a wife, you don't find, you know, a girl, you know what I'm saying? So like, even like ladies, like, you know, you in these relationships and stuff like that, or you know, you should already be a wife.
There you go.
You know, like beforehand. Same thing for the guys. Like you should already be a husband. You see what I'm saying? If you're not, I feel like, why are you putting yourself out there like that? In a sense, you know, like you in a sense. I mean, everybody had their own opinion, but me personally, I feel like if it's not going towards marriage, you wasting time.
Amen.
I'm just being real. You know, I feel like you wasting time. You know what I'm saying? I think one of the biggest things that I think about that's important in this conversation is overall responsibility. You know, and I feel like if you don't take a responsibility for your soul tie, you're really being selfish. Because you're only thinking about you. You know, every time, if your soul tie is food, every time you pick up a burger, you're only thinking about you. You don't think about, you know, all the health issues you have down the line. Now your family, now you're a burden on your family.
Oh, wow.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't think of you not getting over that hurt now involving whatever dude or whatever, you know, female. You don't think about the hurt you're going to take the next person through. It's like, it may not even be your fault involving all the stuff that you go through. You see what I'm saying? It might not be your fault that you was beaten. It might not be your fault that you was cheated on. It might not be your fault that you was, you know, just cursed out. You know what I'm saying? It might not be your fault that you were homeless. Whatever your situation is, it might not be your fault. But it is your responsibility to deal with all the hurt and pain that's there. So yeah, so you have to get that issue fixed.
Yeah, so what you gonna do right now? Now that you know everything, now that you know the pain, the hurt, and all that, now that you know this, what are you going to do going forward? Yeah. Because you cannot stay stuck in the mud like how you been doing. Because you're gonna stay stuck. You're gonna be stuck on stupid. You're gonna be stuck on everything. You get it? You gotta get out. You have to get out of that mindset. You have to get out of that past hurt, and you got to move and push forward. You have to push forward. I mean, it's hard to push forward. It's hard. No, it's not. It really isn't. You have to make up your mind. Your mind is a very powerful thing.
Absolutely.
It is so powerful. You can make it up in any second. Yeah. So you have to understand that, you know, once you have made up your mind, you can move forward. Yeah. And you cannot be stuck, because that going forward, that's the healthy part of your temple. And know that your body is a temple. And if you gonna sit in your house and somebody come in your nice house that your area, you know, your place of peace. If somebody come in your place of peace and disturb it, how you gonna feel? You gonna get a little disturbed. You gonna get upset, right?
Absolutely.
Time to go. You gotta go. So
getting up out of here. Getting right on up out of here.
If you don't allow somebody else to mess up your peace, you shouldn't even mess up your own.
Absolutely. Ooh, that's deep. That's deep.
Don't
mess
up your own. You better clean it all out and keep your peace.
Yeah, I think one important thing is just like that action thing. You know, like just taking action. You know, you can talk about it all day long. You know, I made a video recently that was just saying, you know, communication is key. Everybody said that. Oh yeah, communication is the key to everything. True, you're right. But action is the lock, though. What if you got communication with no action? What are you doing?
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing at all. You just talking all day long. You know what I'm saying? So you need action. So it's just like, I need you to like sit down, do whatever you do, meditate, whatever it is that you got to do. I need you to come up with like 3 simple steps. What's going to be your steps to take to like get over that hurt? Is it stop talking to him? Or is it staying away from this? Or because there's different soul ties. See what I'm saying? So it could be just staying away from it.
Yeah.
Just focus on that first. You ain't got to conquer it all in one day. You know, I'm just saying, just stay away from it first. You know, and then focus on, all right, just like cutting that out completely. All right, and then, you know, going on from there. You know, I think that's just a really important thing. Like, what actions are you going to take from today on out?
I like that, because when I was what you just said, I was also thinking, when you pray and you praying to God and you praying, you know, asking Him to take this away, do this and do that, and all that stuff.
Oh my
but
gosh.
prayer without action, you know, prayer without works is dead. So you praying, ain't nothing happening. Same thing happening, Lord. Why is it happening? You ain't doing nothing. You are not doing anything. You have all the resources inside of you. All the resources have been deposited into every prayer that you have prayed, every tear that you have, you know, shed. There ain't nothing but a powerful force. Now all you got to do is move forward, put your foot out, move on, get out the situation, tell the person bye, go move forward and watch how everything, all the doors open. Because you have to move. You have to put it into action. You have to put the works in. In order for it to come to life.
Absolutely.
You can't just say, you know, what you just said, and not put any works in it. You gotta put some work in it. Move around, do something. Get out of that situation.
Absolutely.
Any soul tie that is a connection, like a soul tie is basically anything that you just can't. You feel as if it has a force into you. You know that you just gotta do it. Or when you see it, you just gotta pick it up. Or when you're around it, you just gotta touch it. You know, that has a part of you, and you should not have any connection into objects or into unhealthy relationships. That's not gonna produce life into you. You have to get rid of that.
Absolutely.
Get rid of it all and move forward.
And I think, oh my gosh, see, this thing really touched me right now. That thing, it really is touching me right now, seriously, because, you know, like, especially when you mention that faith part, faith can be really challenging at sometimes. You know, you can pray and you feel like it's going to happen. Like, if you be like, man, Lord, 8 o'clock, I need you to do this for me. And sometimes 8 o'clock will hit and that thing don't happen. Even though you had the faith. And I just need you to know, like, when it comes to like your faith journey, when 8 o'clock hit and it might not happen when you want it to, the question is like, can you still trust him?
My Lord.
Like, can you still trust him? And be like, it's still gonna happen.
Right.
Because like, you know, I still got that faith. You see what I'm saying? And even that's something I personally had to battle with, struggle with, and like really am still working to like continue to have that faith. Like, the faith don't come overnight.
No. It's
like something that you build up to. And you know, I definitely say I'm a testimony of like God can turn it. Seriously.
He'll turn it.
Yeah. Seriously. Like, matter of fact, oh my gosh, I have to tell this. There was a time, actually it's around last year this time.
Really?
I promise you, last year this time.
Oh, wow.
I had my grandmother, and, you know, it's me, my mom, and my grandma. And my grandma, she made the soup and everything. We up here like cooking it up, we eating, we laughing and stuff. And there was a pipe that bust in my home. And it was cold around this time of year, so the pipes froze. You see what I'm saying? So we were out. So like, in order for them to like fix the pipe, we had to shut off the water. But the pipes froze, so we couldn't turn the water back on. Right? So we got bottles of water, and we just surviving our bottles of water. Just me, my mom, and my grandma, as we all spending time together. And you know, the landlord was basically saying, hey, when they warm up, you'll be able to turn the water back on. Just take this thing, the key, you turn it back on. And he was just like, matter of fact, tomorrow should be good. So we go out there the next day. I try to turn it. I'm like, yo, I can't turn it. Right? And again, like, all while the water we got is just getting low in these bottles. And so we had company one night, and I was trying to turn the water back on. And sure enough, that thing would not turn back on for nothing. And I went back inside. I was like, Mom, I cannot get this water on. Like, I really can't. And I'm looking at my grandma, and I'm like, I know we need this water. And again, we had company at the time, so there was this like taller man that was in my home, and my mom was like, well, you try it. I don't know if it's because he was taller or what, you know what I'm saying? But she was like, you try it. I bet you could get it. And he goes outside, and I go out there with him because I'm like, ain't no way you about to turn this thing back on. I've been out here struggling, right? So he gets the key, he puts it on there, and he's just like,
oh wow,
struggling. I'm talking about veins coming out of his neck.
Wow.
He's struggling out there, like he look like me. So he was just like, I can't get it, man. That thing's stuck, man. Y'all gonna have to wait until it warm up or something. And he go back inside, and I grabbed the little water key, and I put it back on the little water thing, and I was just like, Lord, you see me. Like, Lord, you see my mom in there. You see my grandma in there. Lord, you see me running low on water. Lord, I cannot turn this thing. There's nothing that I can do. Lord, I need you to turn it. And I was just like, in your name. And this thing turned with ease.
What?
Yeah. This thing turned with ease, as if it was never stuck.
Oh wow!
As if it was never stuck, and the water immediately came back on in the house. You see what I'm saying? And that thing really, as I said, like, God can turn it. The first time, you might be trying to do something, it might not be working like you want it to. You might not be able to get rid of that soul tie the first go around, the second go around, third to go around, or whatever. But if you just truly, even on the faith part, you might pray on that thing 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and it might not work how you want it to. But I promise you, God will turn it on His time.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Y'all got me excited, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Amen.
Yes.
It may not come when you want him.
Yeah.
But He'll be there right on time.
Right on time.
What?
Right on time. Yeah.
What?
Absolutely. Like, God can whatever soul tie you got, I know God can turn it, yo.
What?
And I'm not saying that just for you, man. I'm saying that for me as well. Seriously.
You say that for everybody in this room?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, I feel that it may not come when you want him, but He was there right on time. Absolutely. He doesn't work on your time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he don't even know what time you on.
Yeah.
All he know, He's gonna do it. But you gotta put His name on it. Put His name on it. Put a stamp on it, as I would say. Put a stamp on it, which is Jesus. Put a stamp on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And watch it work. My Lord.
Yeah, God be working. God be working.
Jumping up.
Yeah.
My Lord. That's awesome. That is awesome. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, God working now. God working. He'll help you out now. Seriously.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that, because there was a point where when I said I was good in that status, but I knew who I was. I knew I was a wife. And I knew my husband was out there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I said, Lord, he better come on. I'm too cute. Too cute, though. He better come on. You know what I'm saying? I be playing around.
Yeah.
I was playing around with my girlfriend, and I'm like, gee, he better come on. I had to go outside the way he at. Lord, where he at?
Yeah.
I be outside, people, I'm like, oh, okay. I see you. I don't know if that's you or not, but you know what I'm saying, where he at?
Yeah.
And then miraculously, it's like, this dude from our last podcast show, we met, at a conference and stuff, and I didn't even know that was him, because you be shocked when he actually comes, when an individual the Lord had for you actually comes, you be like, is this person? Nah, then you're gonna be doubting God, but he's like, don't you doubt me. Yeah.
That's the first thing, is like, ain't no way.
Exactly.
That's the first thing to come to mind. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way. You came kind of fast. Now you did that. Now you did that. But he was like, he heard you. He heard you. And when it comes, like, if you want to be really specific of letting things go and moving forward, write them down. I don't know how can I stress it out so in depthly to write these things down. Write down the things that are bothering you, and write down the things that you want to change. bind these things that are bothering you, bind it in the name of Jesus, cast them down, and declare and decree the things that you want going forward.
Yeah.
And then put a stamp on it.
Yeah.
Put Jesus on it. Pray. And because you have to be specific, like God said, you let me know.
Yeah.
You have not because you ask not.
Absolutely.
Be specific. He's specific. You know, be specific. What you want me to do?
Yeah.
You know, what do you want to be changed? What do you want going forward with you? What is it? Be very specific. I say write it down, and I'm telling you, this will work.
Yeah.
You write it down, and watch how things change. You pray about it, and watch how things change.
Yeah.
And you got to be faithful with what you wrote, and take away the distractions, and pray.
Absolutely.
And when you take away distraction, that's basically your fasting.
Yeah.
That's equivalent to fasting. Take away all your distractions. Pray. Do the work. Pray. And watch how things happen.
Yeah. And to add to that, I definitely tell you, like, yo, write down what you want. You know, like, make that list of everything that you want. And then, honestly, I want you to cross that out. Because, like, I want you to focus on what you need. You know, like, because the lady I'm with, she wants somebody tall.
Oh.
But she needed somebody short.
Little does she know.
Yeah, she needed somebody short. And, like, you know, it's crazy how that whole things work out. You have to watch the last podcast for that one. But, you know, and then the crazy part about, like, focusing on your needs, you don't even know what you need.
You don't even know.
That's the crazy part about it. You know, like, even when it came to just, you know, my 9-to-5 job, I'm sitting here at a 9-to-5 job. I'm like, yo, man, this not for me. That ain't where I'm supposed to be. Ain't no way, man. I'm meant for so much more. No. But now that I'm about to get married, I realize as I look back, now because I had the job for 2 years, that's how I'm able to get the house now.
There you go.
Oh, I didn't need that job. I'm sorry, my fault. God was just like, you didn't know. You did not know, boy. It's okay.
It's all right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, consult God on that too. Just give me what I need, you know? And I think one of the biggest things that just helped me out, ask God to do something. Like, I don't know what you might ask him to do whenever it comes to, you know, whatever situation it is, whenever it comes to, you know, leaving the soul tie behind or just finding somebody else for a relationship. Ask God to do something and don't move until he do that thing.
Oh, yes.
You know, I was just like, Lord, show me my wife at the altar. I did not talk to anybody else until I seen her at the altar. And then once I seen her at the altar, that's the only person I talked to.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Absolutely. Like, ask God to do something for you and don't move until you do it. And you say you trust him, and so it's just like, show me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
And speaking of God moving, you know what I'm saying? What you got going on with your life right now? What's new?
Yeah. It is crazy right now. So, like, man. So right now, hey, look, we got the book right now. Finally brought the book. I know it's been a minute. Yeah, we got the book. This
got
is
my copy.
Yeah. This is the Tailor-Made Mindset. My recent book. Oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited. Seriously, I'm excited. Like, yo, the book is really making a huge impact. Every sale that I've been making it's been going towards socks for the homeless. And it just gets down to changing your mindset, because if you change your mentality, you reshape your reality. Yeah, so serious. And I'm getting booked by schools. You know, I actually went to middle school today, and you know, my middle school I graduated from, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, you know, like, this is crazy. I got teachers reading a book, and they were like, oh my God, this is a must read for the students, and we got to put this on the 6th grade hall, and you know, it's getting crazy. It's really getting crazy. Yeah, like people are really enjoying the book. I'm getting people that's like wanting to read it multiple times because it's like inspiring them along the way. And aside from the book, it's just me, like, you know, getting more and more deeper into the speaking world, creating engagements, and it's a blast. You definitely got to get the book. Get the book at TailorMadeSpeaking.com, and we might have like a little link or something in the bio. Now go ahead and get
Go ahead and get to the main course now.
Who you talking about?
Yeah. Get to the main. Oh,
You know you gotta
get to the main course now.
You know you gotta get your Lolo's poetry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You on a podcast? You got to get the poetry book.
Exactly.
Come on now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's amazing. It really is. It's great stories in here that really it has something to do with past and just has something to do with just the beauty of life that I saw. And man, you will enjoy this book. I'm telling you. You know, a lot of people already told me what their favorite poem is.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and let you know. It's sweet potato pie.
Ooh.
Y'all hungry?
Yeah. Hit him with it.
You want that sweet? You want it?
Go ahead, hit him with it.
You want a little
Hit him
taste?
with
Okay. Come, children. Hurry, come here. I have something that you may want to hear. Do I not raise my voice of understanding at the highest point along the way? Listen to me, for I have trustworthy things to say. From my lips will bring what is right. This is the word that comes from the light. My flesh may not be as young as it used to be, but don't be fooled. My spirit is as strong as the roots from a tree. An owl may fly as close to you without you knowing it's near. So keep in mind, your choice should be wisdom and not fear. But why are you crying? Here's some tissue to dry your eyes. No need to ask why, just come in the kitchen and help me make this sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Lolo. Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
That's just a little taste. I'm telling you, you hungry?
Go get a slice of that pie.
Yeah.
Get that pie. Go and get that pie.
Yololo's Poetry. Okay, you can catch me at www.yololospoetry.com and get your copy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, basically my main focus is the youth, but this book is for everybody. Everybody. It touches home. It really does. It touches home, and I suggest you get both of our books. Come on now, get both of our books. You know what I'm saying? We here. We authors.
I know, right?
We authors.
We doing it big right now. Come on now.
So we international.
Come on, man. We coming out here.
What you saying? That's amazing.
It really is. You know,
To God be the glory.
Absolutely. And you know, it's crazy because even though like today, you know, this is not something that's just going to be today, but it's going to be a lasting impact 20, 30, 40 years from now. Your kids going to look at your book and my book and they're going to be like, wow, mom and pop was an author. You see what I'm saying? They're like, oh, the sky's the limit.
Exactly.
And even then, I can go to the stars.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's not.
And there's more that's going to be coming out of our gifts in the making. Because I'm telling you, I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing like we call little coloring books and stuff, and it's going to be.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It's going to be neat.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some planners. Like I got a lot in me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I just got a lot in me. I know you do too.
Yeah,
it's going to be so much more for the youth and for people to and for even for the adults to sit down with their youth as they're learning.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? As they're learning through this process, because it's so many things that we wish that should have been said to us, but it didn't come at that time in our growth.
Yeah.
But God still put that seed. He planted that seed in us to actually produce it for everybody else. And you guys can do the same.
Yeah.
It does not stop over here. It is out there. So use your gifts.
Yeah. Let's get it now. Come on now.
I'm excited, man. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna start with end with a scripture, basic instructions before leaving this earth. At this point, it's a great story. Matthew 19, starting with 20, verse 20. A young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet? Jesus said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven. And come and follow me. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. Then Jesus said unto his disciples, Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into a kingdom of God. Yololo's poetry, everyone.
Got to let that soul tie go. Got to let that soul tie go.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Peace.
Hey guys, continue to listen to Yololo's Poetry Podcast Show and check me out at www.yololospoetry.com.